All right, well, we're live.
Trade me socks. These are wet.
The Iron Palace Podcast. Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of the Iron Palace Podcast, the world's most anabolic podcast.
Where we haven't met a tater we couldn't mash.
I like it.
And there you have it.
How about I just trade one sock? That way we each have a dry one.
That works for me.
Okay.
I'm glad y'all worked that out.
But I'm a man who will wear either sock on either foot. I know you're already left
yeah.
sock, right sock kind of guy.
Can't swap socks that way. Yeah.
So try this one on both feet and tell me which foot it goes to, and then give me the other one.
All right.
As you were.
I was just letting y'all sort out the wet sock situation. All right, so we have a very special guest to introduce, so we're going to jump right into it as long as the sock talk is done.
No, I'm ready. I'm excited about our guest.
My sock's still wet, but we'll move on.
She's the 12th woman to lift the Dinnie stones and one of only 4 women to have lifted the Husafell. No doubt that she is one of the most badass women to have walked the planet. Do yourself a favor and remember her name, because if you're a competitor, she's the one you'll need to be watching out for. Join us in welcoming her to the throne room, Jeana the Machina.
Hi.
You got this. I like that.
Hi.
This very forceful introduction. Hi.
Hi.
It was
The little lady, guys.
It was very reminiscent of. It was like when we had Alex. She's like, "Hey."
Yeah.
All right, so to break the ice a little bit before we jump into the interview / whatever we do, is would you rather go skydiving or bungee jumping?
Skydiving.
I agree.
I've seen too many weird accidents with bungee jumping, and it's just not for no thank you.
Yeah. I'm either afraid that the bottom's going to be closer than the rope is, and I'm just going to like whack the bottom real hard.
Yeah.
Or it's just. It's way too early in the episode for this, Dave.
Whack that bottom, Caleb.
That's the show, ladies and gentlemen.
Eventual bottom whacker.
Thanks for coming out. I've been
I'm about to say, feel free to answer the question and move past
He's had his, as a man who's had his bottom whacked.
Yeah. Been bungee jumping and never whacked my bottom.
Well, you didn't go to the right place then.
Yeah.
I guess not.
Dave wasn't there.
You got to get the premium package to get a bottom whack.
Oh, man. But I don't know about skydiving. Because at least the bungee jumping, you have a little bit of like control over like how you're hooked up to the thing. You know, you can at least like physically see your connection to the rope and stuff. Parachuting, you've got to trust that somebody packed your parachute correctly.
That's a fair point.
I don't trust people to do that.
Well, it's the same. You got to trust that someone knows how to tie a knot.
Well, I can see the knot. And
Yeah, but you don't know if it's tied right.
Thank
You're not
you.
a Boy Scout.
I was a Boy Scout.
Actually, to be fair, he is a park ranger. So
Yeah.
that's like Boy Scouts when they graduate.
Extra Boy Scouts.
Yeah.
I've got like a doctorate in Boy Scouting.
Yeah. It's Boy Scout with extra steps.
He's a man scout.
Maybe don't say that.
Yeah,
You should go down to just a mustache and start calling yourself the man scout.
end up on a watch list real quick.
Again, you'll just get moved up the one you're already on. Like,
No matter how high on a watch list we go, Dave's always looking down on us.
I'm shooting for top 10, baby. If anything ever happens, like the first thing you'll see on the news, I'll be another one. The FBI, we had him on our radar, but
We kind of saw it coming, but just didn't know when. All right, Dave.
like I'd rather skydive for the reason of if something goes wrong, you got more time to process that your life's over when skydiving. Like you pull the chute way higher. Like if you're jumping off a bridge with a bungee jump, it's snapped. You're dead.
You've got longer to get right with God.
Yeah, if you're trying
That's what I was about to say.
You're trying to pull a parachute, it's like, all right, I got time to think about this.
That's fair. Yeah.
Gives me time to undo some things, maybe.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Making a phone call
Yeah.
like, hey, you remember back when I
As a
I
man with
apologize.
as a man with a heavy conscience, I just like the time for skydiving.
To clear it.
Yeah. So I'd be like, take back on the way down. Yeah.
And also, since if you've got your phone with you, it'll smash. You don't have to worry about clearing your search history.
You ever been snapped by a really big rubber band? It hurts. That bungee jump whacks your bottom. It's not going to be fun. And I don't want that to be the last thing I feel if it goes wrong. You know what I mean?
But you may like it.
Yeah, an unconsensual whacked whelped bottom.
Yeah, you wouldn't have time to determine if you
I don't
liked
like
it
it.
or not.
Holland sneaks up and whacks my bottom all the time. Every time it surprises me, I don't like it.
You said you did.
Only when you started coughing first so I could brace.
All right. We're going to move on.
Yeah, let's talk about our guest.
Yeah. So the first question is, what got you into strong woman or strong man, however you want to call it?
So I feel like as like most people started a decade ago, I did CrossFit for a little while.
Oh, no. Did you repent
Yeah.
after that?
Yeah. So I did that for a while, and then one of like the guys at our gym, he went and did a strongman competition. So like a bunch of us went to go support him, and I was watching. I was like, "Oh, I could do this." So yeah, I'm gonna do this. So I did it.
Found
Just went and did it.
out you're pretty good at it, huh?
Yep. That
I
checks
do
out.
okay. I do okay. So yeah, I did strongman like solely for a few years, and then I decided that I just like stone lifting better.
Don't
I
we
was
all?
like, oh, like I'm much better at rocks than like anything else. So now I just travel the world and pick up rocks in my free time.
Which is awesome.
Yeah.
It's pretty rad.
Yeah, because you just did a stone tour that we've talked about wanting to do for a long time.
Oh, you guys need to go do it.
Oh, yeah, that's what we keep saying.
We were like, look at her out there living our life.
Yeah, and whenever I look back and think, man, the money I spent on this studio, we could have
We could have flown to Scotland.
gone somewhere.
You really could.
But so that also leads to my next question, which is, how amazing is it to train at Untamed Strength?
Oh, it's good. So I've been there since the beginning. So my first strongman competition was, I think, Alan's first or second one that he ever put on. And we had this teeny tiny little gym. And watching it grow over the past 10, 11 years has been so incredible. We're in this huge facility. We have a whole like outside yard for a whole bunch of like outside equipment. And we have literally everything that we could ever want or need, and things we don't even need.
Yeah, because me and Holland were talking right before this that we both followed Alan's YouTube for a while.
Yeah.
So we're pretty big fans, and we would love to go work out at his gym at some point.
You guys should come.
Can you
There's
do
people that come from like all over the world, and they'll like take vacations and just like come train at our gym. So it's kind of weird.
It's become a destination spot.
It really has, which is absolutely wild. But it's really cool. Like I said, we're super lucky. Alan's a super great guy, and he makes sure that we're all really taken care of and have everything that we need. And the gym's really clean, which is also really nice. But yeah, it's a great. You guys got to come out. It's pretty awesome.
Can you say the train untamed like Alan does?
I can't, but I'll let you give it a shot, though.
Yeah, go for it.
I can't do it.
I mean, your beard's not quite like his was.
I don't have
but-
nearly enough beard. Yeah.
Well, it's okay. Well, Alan shaved his face,
Yeah.
so it's totally fine.
Your heart has the beard.
I'm not sure what that means.
Remember, train untamed.
I'll take it.
That's really good.
Chills.
Really proud of you.
Chills.
Literal chills. You know,
Easy there, DiCaprio.
Alan, I do like blame him though for some. Now he did a video where he weighed all of his he changed the calibrated plates and he weighed all of his plates.
Yeah.
And and now like that's a constant that constantly bugs me now. If I'm using non-calibrated plates, I'm like, I wonder how much this actually weighs.
I do that all the time.
You know, and like I'm picking them up, and I'm like, did this one weigh the same as this one?
Well, some of them were really off too. Yeah.
That's like, I didn't think about that because of Alan, but I was at the gym with somebody else, and we were picking up dumbbells, and he goes, well, this one's scuffed on this side, so I bet it's like 64 point. I was like, oh, I never thought about that. So now I always think about that.
I try to not even think about what they're labeled.
Fair enough. So what's your favorite events? I think it's a pretty good guess to say stones. But
Well, I mean stones, but also like I really like doing yoke and farmers and stuff like that.
farmers is one of my favorite. Yeah.
It's really good. It's this lift that like totally transcends everything, and like you're gonna benefit from
Yep.
it from so many other things, you know. So that one's really good. And then there's a good heavy like soul crushing yoke is one of my favorite things.
I've actually not ever tried a yoke before.
Yoke.
I don't
Really?
I don't have a reason for it. I've just never been around one. We don't have any strongman type dedicated gyms here. So it's pretty much, unless you buy a yoke, there's not just one.
Soul crushing yoke is how I order my breakfast at Waffle House.
Like, how would you like your eggs?
Yeah, soul crushing yoke, please. And then I fight the cook.
And you got to say that in
What is
with
Waffle House?
the chipperness in your voice.
Yeah.
Soul crushing yoke, please.
2
On the side,
With toast.
chocolate chips on the waffles.
always. But yeah, so we just don't have any strongman gyms. So unless there's a yoke, like farmers carries seem to be popping up more often. The first set that I've had here, me and my papa made, and then after that, that's when they just kind of started popping up. But yeah, yokes.
It's like, I like using like the homemade stuff. Like when I competed in West Virginia like 10 years ago, and a lot of the stuff there was homemade.
Mhm.
I did World's Strongest Lager up in way Northern California a few years ago, and everything there was homemade. I go to Norway every year now, so I've gone 3 times to compete, and I do stonelifting there, but I also do strongman there. And we used this log last year, and we just, they just cut down a tree and cut some holes in it and put handles in there, and that thing was terrible. It was
about to
shaped
say.
like an oval. The handles were super wide set, and they weren't very deep, and it was atrocious. But it's really fun using more like homemade natural things.
See, I would agree with you because I've used some homemade stuff that I definitely liked using. However, my farmer's handles were not that. I hated those things, and I still hate them because I never used them before then. So I just had like those loadable dumbbell handles, except these were like the solid steel ones with like knurling that just never goes down. And so me and my papa just welded those to some square tubing and then welded that to some flat bar, and there we went. And man, those things hurt. Like you couldn't let them go. Whenever I let it go, my hand kind of stayed like this.
Yeah, then you have to have somebody like unfold your hand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not a fan. But yeah, then I got some nice ones and it wasn't that bad.
Well, you got to use the shitty equipment because that way when you get to the competition, everything's going to feel great.
That's actually what Holland says all the time. That's why he only trains with a stiff bar on deadlift, is so when he gets to a deadlift bar, it's easier.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I disagree, but
I like it because all of a sudden you're like, oh, wow, I've got all this flex in this bar. You pulled it like 2 extra inches before you've got the full weight of the bar.
And that's a really long ways.
Yeah.
mm-hmm.
It's one of the first things y'all have said that makes sense to me. I play crappy guitars for that reason. It makes you better.
I don't know. I tried playing guitar.
I play crappy guitar.
I like crappy guitars for that reason. Like it's easier to play the nice ones. Like, oh, this is great. I like playing one of the actions like that far from the neck. Makes you better.
I know what that means.
For a second, I almost believed you.
Dude, don't act like you don't know a lot about neck action.
All right, Dave, you're getting muted again. All right, so next question, and this is one of my favorite questions to ask all of our guests, is what is your favorite PR? It doesn't necessarily have to be the heaviest PR, just what's the one that, like, when you think about it, is your favorite through and through?
I never asked that.
So there's this like, Alan has like the gym board, like this gym PR board, and there's one for strongman and there's one for powerlifting. And we have a 285-pound Atlas stone at our gym, and I'm still the only woman to load it successfully.
Nice.
Dang.
I'm really hoping for that 305 pretty soon, but our 305 stone is really wide, and I'm just such a tiny little dainty lady that that it's just I have to figure out how to load it. But the 285 one is by far my favorite PR.
That's awesome. 285 is heavy. I have a 285 right outside the door over there, and it's very heavy.
Yeah.
And I have a 300 and a 385, and I've not been able to pick either one of those yet because of the same reason. They're very wide.
Because you're dainty?
Yeah.
I'm dainty.
You're dainty.
It's
Yeah.
very wide. Just never mind that I'm 6'6". It
Can
doesn't
somebody
matter.
6'6" be dainty?
Yes. Look
Yes.
at me. I'm right here.
Look at me. Okay, well, yeah.
I
I
just
can't rule out that he's got the heart of a dancer, and I think that adds to his
The heart of-
daintiness.
I just got yelled at like 2 days ago about. Yeah, that's what I was about to say. Not 2 days ago, I was told I have a narrow back. I don't know if that's fighting words or not. I'm still figuring it out.
It is.
I'm gonna go find Clint right after this. But then
And he said you can't do the pec dance correctly either.
that was very upsetting. He was like, "Oh, biceps moving."
Yeah. It's like, no, only
not-
pecs has to be isolated.
I'm not even doing it anymore.
And then Caleb was like, well, I'm wearing a sweatshirt.
Yeah, I'm wearing a hoodie, bro. I haven't benched this week. I got long arms. The dogs were barking.
It's low tide.
I couldn't focus. The moon's not in the right spot.
My horoscope's got me shook.
The most important question I have for the day is, who is your favorite wrestler of all time?
It's a big toss-up. Because obviously, like Ric Flair, classic.
Yeah.
Nature Boy, love him.
Yep.
Amazing style. Okay. But then we're going to go Macho Man Randy Savage.
Oh,
Solid.
I can't.
Because how can you not?
Yeah, I
And then
can't
we're going
argue
to
either
do
one of
another close the trifecta of amazingness and go with the classic Hulk Hogan.
Yep.
Like how can you pick?
this is my favorite episode ever.
I was about to say, like, we've had a lot of Stone Cold Steve Austins and stuff, and like,
Rightfully so.
Rightfully so, but you know,
Rightfully so. Stone Cold Steve Austin's amazing, and
Exactly.
he's a cat dad, and I love him.
But
But
He's
started,
got two cats, Poncho and Lefty. They're barn cats.
but started off with Ric Flair.
here's your moment,
Come
Dave.
on now.
Do what?
Yeah, started off the list with Ric Flair. You can't get yeah.
Four horsemen, dog.
Yep.
yeah, can't.
Yeah, I
Limousine riding.
respect all those answers, especially
Jet
because
flying.
2 of the 3 we haven't had yet.
Yeah.
So I respect
That's
that.
really unfortunate.
That's what I'm saying. We've had Hulk Hogan once, but everybody else is usually Stone Cold.
I think it's probably because I'm pressuring them.
Yeah, by then
And
usually
just
they
because they don't really
What?
know the classics, though.
As soon
Could
as
be.
they show
Could
up,
be.
I'm putting out the vibe that if you don't pick Stone Cold,
What?
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 Go ahead, Dave.
What?
There it is.
Get that out of there.
I'm guaranteed there's still a couple more coming.
What?
All right, so I've only got a couple more questions.
Yeah.
And this is a new one. I haven't asked this one yet.
He says that every time.
Well, she hasn't watched the show yet, so
So it's new to me. This is totally fine.
yeah, exactly, Dave.
Don't let him lie to you.
It's like buying a new car. It's new to you. So
But this car still stinks.
Dave, you're muted. All right, this
Check
one.
engine light.
This one is what drives you to do what you do?
The things that we do, like, it's really awesome because I get these really cool opportunities. Like, not everybody gets these opportunities to go to Norway or to go to Scotland or to spend a weekend in Iceland and randomly participate in Iceland's Strongest Man and pick up the Husafell. Like, these are just really crazy opportunities that not everybody gets. And so to be able to take advantage of them and use the abilities that I have to just live this really cool life is why I do it. Like, I'm going to be the coolest person in the nursing home when I get old.
You have
And
the
I'm
best
gonna be like, yeah, guys, and when I was younger and I went and I picked up all these rocks, and they're gonna be like, that's sweet, ma'am. Like, that, take your meds and go watch TV. I'm
Yep.
sure you did. That sounds nice.
Yep.
But I've been really fortunate to where I get to do all of these really awesome things that a lot of people like don't really get to do. So I'm gonna take advantage of it and have a really good time while I'm doing it. And I can't say no to do the things.
Well, like I'll be seeing like your social media. I'm like, oh look, she's eating moose chili with Nick Best today.
It's moose soup, thank you. It's the best soup at FIFA.
Yeah.
Moose Soup is a hell of a punk band name.
Or I'm like, oh look, there she is lifting half Thor's over there. Yeah. I'm like, man.
Yeah, I think it's pretty solid. I mean, again, it's stuff we would love to do. So I know we watch your Instagram. We're all like, man, did you see what she's doing today? We're over here like going to work.
I still go to work. I still have one of those old job things.
Yep.
Stupid job.
I know.
There's another way the man holds you down.
Really does. No, you guys got to come. Like, so I go to Norway every year and participate in FIFA Power Week. And it's like strongman summer camp. We essentially rent out this entire hotel, and there's Highland games, and there's strongman, and there's stone lifting, and they're doing like hybrid strongman stone lifting now also. And there's adaptive athletes that come out, and there's arm wrestling, and we do grip. And we start in the morning and we have breakfast, and then we go compete for a little while, and then we come back and have soup. And then we have the rest of the day. So we'll like go hiking, or we'll go down to the lake, or we'll just like chill for a while. And then in the evening, it's like Viking games and grip and just all of this really cool stuff.
That sounds awesome.
Everybody needs to go there.
Yeah, we've actually got 2 friends that go there every year, and every year we watch them go, and we're like, well, that would have been cool.
Wish we were there. Yeah.
I mean, you guys can.
Yeah. Well, we don't have a reason why we don't, especially because those are all things that we do.
Yeah.
But I digress.
It's this really, really cool historic hotel, and it's just up in the Norwegian mountains, and it's really hard to explain it. Like, I was trying to explain it to some other friends before they came, and it's just this really, really special place. It's really hard to explain just how special it is.
You know, we've been talking about going to the Arnold next year. I vote we X that and go to this.
Yeah.
Yeah. I pulled up your Facebook again today, was scrolling through. I was trying to find some pictures from FIFA. And I was like, oh, look, he was talking about one of our 2 friends that have gone. One of our friends, Bill Baxter.
Oh, I love Bill.
Yeah. I was like, oh, look, he took this picture. Oh, he took this picture.
He used to live right here, and we used to practice Highland games all together.
Yeah.
And then he left us for Georgia.
There's a hike that we do, and it's like, I don't know, like 3 to 4 miles up this mountain. And so we hike up the mountain, and then, we just look at the view, and it's gorgeous. And then we hike down, and I made Bill go with us this year. I think he did it twice. He was dying.
All right, I'm going to bring that up next time I see
Sounds
Bill.
right.
Oh, please do.
Oh,
please do. I love Bill.
Alan's actually competing with him this weekend, so he said he's going to bring it up.
Perfect.
Cool. So, hey, Bill, how was that hike? 2 times.
Can you just go up to Bill, and all you have to say is, I have diarrhea. That's it. Just say that.
Okay.
I don't know. Coming from
Don't
Alan,
worry
though,
about
it
the
might
rest.
just be true.
Sometimes that's
It could be true. But just be like, hey, Jeana says I have diarrhea.
Yeah, Jeana says.
I was told to tell you I have diarrhea.
Please do that.
Start aggressive, then pause. Like, I have diarrhea.
Perfect.
Oh, I love Bill. I was just talking to him today.
I actually haven't talked to Bill in a while. We tried to get him on the podcast, and he said, yeah, I'll do it. And then he moved to Georgia.
He came up for a demo.
I think he did that just to not be on the podcast.
I think so. He did come up for the demo, though. So he threw with us for a day, wore his big sombrero.
Is there any other kind of sombrero?
I don't know.
I thought that was a hat that was meant to be worn oversized.
Oh, it's oversized.
No, if you saw a sombrero, you'd think differently. It's bigger than a sombrero.
I thought sombreros were pretty big. I'm only picturing a giant hat.
I
thought sombrero was Spanish for massive ass hat. Massive, brer, ass, hat. Could have swore.
I don't speak Spanish.
Yeah,
So.
I'm sure that was the breakdown. Yeah. I'm sure that's accurate.
That's exact breakdown. Yeah, you got.
How did you know, Dave?
It's like a regional thing.
Been reading. Yeah.
It's like one of those sub dialects, but
That's how they said on the north side of Cancun.
Okay.
Damn you, Holland.
I'm sorry.
We'll wait.
So, which was more fun, Iceland or the Scotland Stone Tour?
I don't know. So Scotland was really cool because like it was my first time in both places, and Scotland I got to do the Dinnie Stones, and then the next day I competed in Jan Todd games. So it was the second year ever for Jan Todd games, so that was really cool.
Yeah.
And then we just kind of went around, and one of my girlfriends flew out and surprised me. So she was in Ireland for a wedding, and she took a quick flight over to Scotland and surprised me. And apparently my friends that I was with had planned this for months, and I had absolutely no idea. So that was really cool. And then Iceland, we were only there for just a couple of days. So we just did like a 3-day layover in Iceland. So we crammed as much as we could in that trip.
Yeah.
We have friends, we have Icelandic friends. And so they just like took us around everywhere. Like we were on the road for like 12 hours every day, just driving everywhere and seeing everything as much as we could. But they were both like really awesome experiences. I got to go to different countries. I've been to 3 different countries this year just to pick up stones. Like
That's awesome.
all of it's just all amazing. I can't really pick which one's like a favorite.
What?
Way better than me. I've been to the same country twice, and I've not lifted any stones.
But you've been to several
You need to
counties.
start picking up rocks, man.
Oh, I mean, I've got a bunch here. I just, but
that country that he goes to, he never picks up any stones there.
oh,
And
John
they
should do
have
that.
I don't know.
they have more lifting stones
I do.
than anywhere.
Oh well, maybe someday. So I forget his name every time we talk about him.
Doug?
But no.
Travis Law.
No.
Oh.
This is not the guessing portion of the show.
Reagan.
Like,
Oh my
No, this
bad.
is great. Let them keep going.
We're trying to help.
Yeah, we're just.
well, Holland's gonna know who I'm talking about if y'all shh.
Oh,
All
sorry.
right, fine.
Anyways, so last time we talked to him, he had mentioned that when lifting these stones of strength, that it felt almost like surreal, or he felt like an overwhelming feeling that there's no way you don't pick up the stones. Did you feel anything like that, or is it just another stone?
For like, I mean,
Talking about Frank
they're
Sharp.
all,
No.
they're all really cool and like unique in their own way. And like, that's one of my favorite thing about doing natural stones is like, you have to learn the stone like right then.
Mhm.
Like everyone's different. Even with Atlas stones, everyone's going to be different. But having to learn them on the fly, like it's this really like, I don't know, almost spiritual thing where.
Yep, that was the word I was looking for. He said it almost feels spiritual when picking these up because it's just. He said it starts running through his head. How many people have picked this stone before him? So he said it just feels like there's never any way that I just don't pick up one of these stones.
No, once you're there, you have to like. You just have to do it. That's just the way it is.
Yep.
How different do the actual Dinnie stones feel versus the Dinnie trainers? The stacked.
Oh, the
plates?
stones are so much easier.
Really?
Yeah, the trainers suck. So
Heck yeah, dude. I'm stoked.
I was actually working with
You're
Nick
saying there's a
Best
chance.
when we were in Norway on it because he's obviously done the Dinnie stones, and so he and I were talking about it, and he was like, "No, he's like the stones are easier unless you pick them side by side. Like the guys can pick them like farmers." He said the stones are going to be a little bit harder, but the stones have the flat ends, and so when I had them situated, I had the flat ends put together. So when I picked them up, they smushed together and then moved like one unit. And then when you have when you have the pins, like they're moving each individually and like kept smacking the back of my leg. So the back of my left leg was bruised up for months.
Yeah.
But with the actual stones, they just, like I said, if you set them right, they just fit together perfectly and just move seamlessly.
Oh, that's good to know.
That is good to know, because every time we do Dinnie deadlifts, I bruise the crap out of the back of my foot.
Yeah. Every time I do it, I pulled full Dinnie weight about 3 weeks before I went to Scotland, just to like make sure that I could do it.
Oh yeah.
And then it was heavy, but like I did it. And then, so we go to the Aboyne Highland Games to do the Dinnie stones, and we're standing there, and I asked Stevie, I was like, hey Stevie, like, what do we have to warm up with? And he was like, the stones.
Yeah, that's what I've heard from everybody.
And then my friend Tanaya, she always, her and I always travel together, and she's like, I have 2 red bands. So Sunny and I were like warming up with this red band and just doing like all these little stretches and stuff. And I was like, all right, like let's go.
Yeah.
And so we do it, and it felt way smoother and way easier than on the pins, even with no warm-ups.
Heck yeah.
Yeah.
You might get it then, Holland.
You know, might.
You have a small chance.
Yeah.
It's been a running joke. Holland outlifts me any day of the week, but whenever it comes to anything grip related, i.e. Dinnie stones, he can't beat me.
Yeah.
So at our last, we did a competition that had a Dinnie deadlift, and he missed 700, and then I got 800.
Yeah.
Do you hook grip it or no?
I can't hook grip.
I do, and I just can't. I don't know that when the heavy stone gets to over 400, I just lose it.
Yeah. I was going to try to hook grip the stones, but in my training, I could only hook grip up to like 80% of stone weight. And then I would just not be able to. So I ended up having to do it with straps. So I'm hoping I'll go back in 26 and do it without straps.
That'd be insane.
Yeah.
Has there been a woman to do it without straps yet?
Hannah has done it. Hannah Lindsay.
Of course, she's free.
Oh yeah.
We're talking to Thomas right now about getting them on the podcast. So hopefully they're coming on soon.
Oh, they're great. She was there when I did my Dinnie lift, and then we competed together for Jan Todd games.
Yeah, I competed with Thomas at a Highland game once or twice, and me and him got along pretty good. He's a cool guy, super smart.
Oh, they're really cool.
He makes me
they're
so
good
mad.
people.
He makes.
I remember doing wob with him, and like I think I hit 14. At the time, I wasn't throwing wob super crazy, so I hit 14, and it was just me and him left. And he goes, "We can go 15." I was like, "Whoa! We're just gonna go right past 14 and a half." So yeah, then we went to 15, and I missed it, not even close. But either way, I'm coming for you, Thomas. I'm going to mute you again.
You're the one that said it.
Yeah. Perfect.
Yeah, you guys got to go out there and do them. And
yeah, we will.
Work on your grip, man.
I know.
So I've been telling him.
The competition before that,
I think his grip's just right.
Yeah. Thanks, Dave.
Doing great, Dave.
Yeah. Competition before that, I got 7. Then this one, I don't know. Whatever happened, couldn't do it. And then this jerk goes and pulls 8. And I'm like, I could do that
If I wanted.
with straps.
Yeah, if I wanted to, I could do it.
I'm always like, yeah, I could do that with straps.
Yeah, because I've got a set of stones here at the house that I'm calling the day stones, because after me. Well, they weigh 802 together. And so far, I'm the only one to pick them without straps. Holland has picked them, but with straps.
Yeah.
You thought about going to Alaska and doing the Denali stones?
I didn't know those existed until Thomas posted his video. And so now, yeah, I will be going there.
Yeah.
Because I want to go there and do those too.
Yeah, that's going to be awesome.
Yeah.
But
those look fun.
Yeah. He posted, because I thought for a while, I was like, I've got to have some of the heaviest ones at 802. And then they posted those, and they're like, what were they? 830?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I've seen 8:30. Holland said he's seen something about 8:40. So either way, somewhere in there.
Caleb's, oh.
Yeah, I was like, dang it.
Monarch to have
I
you.
gotta go get some more.
You got to find heavier stones.
Yep, that story of my life.
We've all been there.
All right, so we'll take a quick ad break. Which one of y'all got it?
That was a late scissors, dude. Replay. That was a late scissors, and you know it.
Maybe it
I'm getting
was a rock.
flashbacks to the freaking trivia. Yeah, dog. Can we get a timer or a buzzer on this guy for any time we compete in anything?
What?
Easy there, Belichick. Good Lord.
So we're gonna do the ads at any.
Okay.
Eventually, once this standoff is over with.
So,
Or if we do them at the same time. 1, 2, 3, go. I'm not gonna go without you. Go ahead.
man, I wish I had the. I feel weird doing the zone smelling salts ad without this.
We have a running thing where we do the zone smelling salts, and Holland has some of their strongest ones, and he gets our guests to smell them.
But
Oh.
I mean, Batman could,
yeah,
I guess.
I didn't bring them though, which sucks. But zone smelling salts,
Got out of
We
it
can
this
smell
time,
it from
bud.
here. That's fine.
you about can. They're they're one of the better brands out there, and they're Bear Down.
The best brand.
Bear Down.
God,
The only brand.
Has
They're the only smelling salts. Don't Google anymore.
they go from like strength like 1 to 5 or whatever, and mine are a 4. And
But have you tried the 5?
no.
Yes.
One is
How about-
like table salt.
Oh, is that
5
what
like
Michael's
napalm.
is? Oh, yeah, Michael's. Yeah, the 5 is like
It's actually nice.
because it's got
It's minty.
they add mint to it, and so you've got this crazy like kick in the brain from the ammonia, but then you've got this little mint after.
It's almost like menthol. It's pretty nice.
It's kind of nice.
Nice little nasal treat for you
Yeah.
at the
So
end of it.
refreshing.
It's like an abusive boyfriend. It's like, ow, but I still love you, baby. And I think that's the way
mean,
Zone wants to be seen.
That's
That's the reputation they want.
Yeah.
I think after that we're having our discount code revoked.
oh man. Which hey, our discount code is TIPP. So if you go to Zone, put in code TIPP and get a 10% discount.
Before Dave gets it discontinued, go use it quick.
Yeah, use it now.
Go ahead, Dave.
What?
We got 3 more discounts that I need you to get through.
Whack! But you know I love you, baby.
It hurts me more than it hurts you when I beat the hell out of you.
Never mind. You know what? All right, Dave's muted. Go ahead, Holland. You got the rest of them.
I didn't want to do this, but you forced me to. If you mute me, it's going to be a hard podcast. Just
Dave's
you
in timeout. He'll be back in a second. Go ahead.
Also, Husafell. Husafell makes some cool shirts, shorts, hats, all kinds of gym wear.
They did just get brought into the World's Strongest Man and Giants Live.
Yeah, I mean they're doing big things. And go to husafell.com and use promo code TIPP again and get a 15% discount from them.
Heck yeah. All right, Dave, you got one last shot.
I wasn't paying attention to which ones he did. I thought I was off the hook. What's left?
NutriFit.
NutriFit. It's good tea all the time. Not just sometimes with a minty after scent. Right from the moment you rip the top off that jar, it'll be flying, boys. And in a totally legal way for now. So order as much as you can. Stock up. Before the election, before they require background checks for this pre-workouts, it's pre-stout stuff. Get you some NutriFit. Use code CalebCDay. They got other stuff too. Go check them out.
What happened here, Dave?
Oh, that was a great ad.
I mean,
It would be, except you didn't tell us the discount code.
I did
Caleb
too,
C.
the other
Day.
day.
Did you?
Yeah.
Maybe I zoned out because
Yeah. It was there.
go to NutriFit.com
Yeah.
and use code CalebCDay.
Get you some of that good.
last one is New Age Performance. If you need a,
Don't sound so excited.
You want something to chew on
I'm
while
really
you're
just trying to
smelling
get through
salts?
these so we can stop whatever's happening.
Magic, dog.
Last one is New Age Performance. If you need a mouthpiece, if you're going to Scotland to lift Dinnie stones or you're going to Iceland to lift the Husafell, I highly recommend a mouthpiece. So New Age Performance, link will be in the bio and on our Facebook page. That's it.
I also highly recommend a mouthpiece for those two.
Hey, see?
Yeah.
The 12th woman in the world to ever lift the Dinnies recommends it.
Yep.
Please do that. Don't break your teeth.
Yeah, a lot of people ask me if it even helps, and I'm like, yeah, big time.
I feel like it helps. I'm always terrified that I'm going to break a tooth just from clenching.
Yep. Because as soon as I started getting into like heavier weights, that's whenever I started to notice that my jaw would hurt. I said heavyish. Don't even start with me. I even put it in air quotes. But
Caleb's known for clenching.
He is a clincher.
just get a mouthpiece, okay? We're moving on.
I was trying to back you up, dog.
So this is more of a general discussion question more than an interview question. Is do you think that women should train differently than men?
No.
Agreed.
There's no reason to. There's no
Yep.
biological reason to. Like, pick up heavy shit, move heavy shit, pick up rocks, go outside and touch grass, and you'll be fine.
I
That's all you
don't
have to
think
do.
I could have put that any better.
Yeah,
I
you mean like,
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, you mean like train differently, like different movements, different lifts? Or
well, just in general, like, I mean, I've seen that conversations came up like since the beginning of time.
Yeah.
Is should women train differently than men?
Oh, yeah,
Just like as a general. I don't think any more different than like a bodybuilder trains differently from a strongman.
You want the same result, and do the same thing.
Yeah. There's no reason to. Like, we're all out for the same goal, is to get stronger and to have bigger back than the next person to us, and so we're all going to do the things to get that way.
And by God, if Dave wants to do the hip thrust, he can do the hip thrust.
Hey,
The hip thrusts.
I PR'd the Kegel machine.
More men should do hip thrust. Yeah.
Dude, Planet Fitness and that Kegel machine, I'm an SOB, son. Get that lunk alarm every time. Put that pin at the bottom and give it hell, son.
Never seen the lunk alarm go off on the hip machine.
Yeah, bro.
Work out with Dave. Yeah.
Dave just walks out dropping the pin like a mic.
Dude, you ain't never seen a range of motion like your boys got. You know what I mean?
Put your foot down, Dave.
Legs by Planet Fitness.
You're making Batman uncomfortable.
You're making me uncomfortable, and I'm over here.
I like the uncomfort.
Okay.
What you got?
What you got? Any more, what's on that notebook?
Yeah.
God. I mean, I got the whole story we could get into if y'all want to.
Are we still doing those? Go ahead.
What story?
I don't know. I thought maybe we were skipping it. I don't know. I don't know, dude.
You're really cramping Batman style.
Well, my calves are cramping, so I'm going to cramp his style for a minute.
Okay.
I got to wonder. You know me, dog.
I'm not gonna make y'all guess.
Oh, it's my favorite part.
Well, I know for a fact y'all won't guess this person. Well, you two. Is unless you've ever heard of Pudgy Stockton.
Dude, I played Call of Duty with Pudgy.
Do you have any idea who that is?
Yeah.
Oh.
Do I?
Anybody?
Yeah. Pudgy.
I know the
Stock.
name.
Well, you're better off than I am.
His KD was 1.2.
I don't think so because
was
this
crushing it.
is a she. So
Oh. Well, it's a different Pudgy then.
Pudgy.
I've heard the name.
Pudgy
They
Stockton,
call her
or
Pudgy.
that's her nickname. Her actual name is Abby Stockton.
Does she know
I
her
would
nickname's
not-
Pudgy?
I've read about her.
I would not. I would not like that.
Yeah.
Well, I guess she got the nickname when she was a kid.
She wasn't actually pudgy.
No, by no means.
Oh yeah.
There we go. All right, so nicknamed Pudgy by her father at an early age, she remembered her childhood years in Santa Monica, California, swimming in the Pacific Ocean with the aid of water wings. From 1934 through her senior year in high school, Pudgy dated her future husband, Lee Stockton, a first-year student at nearby UCLA, at a height of 5 feet 10 inches and weighing 185 pounds. He was an excellent weightlifter and competitive wrestler and gymnastic team member. She was also
lost me at UCLA.
Wait. He was 5'10",
10.
or she was 5'10".
He was 5'10". I don't know why I put so much detail about her husband.
Yeah, what'd they give his stat?
Yeah.
I don't really know.
Sounds like you're kind of into him. You got a whole bio for that guy over there.
Yeah.
All right.
He was O positive. He was a Gemini. He enjoyed
I
long walks
thought,
on the beach.
I thought this was about Pudge.
Yeah.
Well, I'm getting
Come
there.
on
Just
now.
He wooed Pudgy with his loving eyes. And
Continue.
So to combat her sedentary occupation as a telephone operator, Pudgy added strength training into her gymnastic routines, and by 1939, readers of fitness magazines around the world were sending complimentary letters. And then in quotes, in those days, lifting weights was considered unfeminine. Pudgy told Sports Illustrated in 2002, people used to say if women strength trained, they would become masculine looking or wouldn't be able to become pregnant. We just laughed knowing they were wrong. Obviously.
that's the reason Holland's not pregnant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So can't rule it out. But
Yep, it's the strength training.
yep.
Yep.
Follow the
That's
science.
You have a picture of her?
Holland just
Of
did.
Holland trying to be pregnant?
Show the camera.
Which camera am I showing?
Which camera am I showing? It's the one that's always on you.
Don't let him talk to you like that, Holland.
So from 1944 to 1954, Pudgy wrote a column for Strength and Health magazine entitled The Barbellas. She featured the women of Muscle Beach who stressed the advantages of resistance weight training for the few females involved. All right, I'm realizing I wrote a whole lot of notes here.
We literally had a whole conversation about how many notes you had before the podcast started.
Oh yeah, but now I'm reading through this thinking, I mean, I could summarize this much easier.
You're like, wow, I'm getting boring.
Sweet podcast Moses over here was trying to lead you
Yeah.
to promised land. You were like, ah, la, la, la.
Anyway, so she became the queen of Muscle Beach, and she was the first woman to ever start a weightlifting competition for women. Her and her husband opened the first gym that was women only. She wrote the column called "The Queen of Barbellas," or it was just Barbellas, but she became the Queen of Barbellas. And then later, Jan Todd recalled every woman bodybuilder who puts on a swimsuit and steps on posing days, every woman weightlifter straining beneath a clean and jerk, and every woman powerlifter who fights through the pool of a heavy deadlift. God, I can't read. Owes a debt of gratitude to Pudgy Stockton. She helped make these modern sports possible. She was also the first woman to wear a two-piece bathing suit.
Oh,
You couldn't.
good.
She sounds amazing.
She
All right.
She said that you couldn't buy one back then, so she made one out of her grandma made one out of an old bra.
Should have showed her abs off.
Yeah. Oh, but she claimed her reasoning behind it was so that she had more mobility for gymnastics.
Same reason I use one.
I just thought she had a six pack, and she's probably the only woman in the 40s that had a six pack.
It's true. She was jacked.
Probably the only man. Probably the only person.
There is-
I mean,
Yeah, if you look up, there's a lot of pictures of her at the beach, just like casually lifting grown men.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, it's wild.
Who made the first male Speedo?
couldn't tell you.
Situation. Not it.
Hey, honey.
Don't let him talk to you like that, Keela.
Yeah. Don't use that tone of voice with her.
Yeah, you watch it.
Okay.
Government mobile.
Don't.
Well, I was just thinking, I was thinking about the six pack, because like Superman, the Superman show, back in the 40s or whatever, not Christopher Reeves before.
Christopher Walken.
No, it's not even Christopher. What the heck's the guy's
Law.
name?
Travis Law.
This guy.
But like, he's not. I mean, like if you look at it, he doesn't even really look like he works out. Like he doesn't. I mean, he's not an impressively built guy. At the same time, that's happening, and he is Superman. There's this lady on the beach picking people up over her head with a six pack. Like
Yeah. Yeah, like she's pretty legit. Yeah. And Jan Todd, Jan Todd is kind of the center of women's strength.
Yeah.
And so, and she even said, there were women we associated with weightlifting, but for the most part, they were large, professional, strong women working in circuses, sideshows, or vaudeville. They weren't physically as appealing as Pudgy. She was important because she was the first woman to demonstrate that weight training enhanced athletic ability. Oh, and you'll like this one, Dave. Jack LaLanne said,
Yes.
Power juicer, baby.
Pudgy was one of the finest athletes I've ever known. She was a bodybuilder, a gymnast, and an acrobat. She did everything. Pudgy was an exceptional human being.
She did it all with his juice.
Then in 1998, she was inducted into the Joe Weider's Hall of Fame.
98, that was the
Oh,
year.
sorry, not 98. In 98, she was she received the Steve Reeves International Society Pioneer Award. In 2000, she was inducted into the Joe Weider Hall of Fame.
1998, the Tennessee Vols beat the Florida State Seminoles for a national championship. Also, it's a pretty big deal.
98's a good year.
Yeah, good old days.
I mean,
Just wish I could remember him.
look at that Superman.
He should have at least stuffed the red underwear or something.
So here's a Superman from that time period, and
That is a unisex Superman costume if I've ever seen one. I'm just gonna hang out while you guys scroll on stuff.
well, I was gonna pick a good picture of Pudgy.
Last time you see a picture of Pudgy, dude, it was not what we were talking about, and I'm not trying to see that crap right now, dude.
And so
Nobody wants to see Pudgy. Dude.
Here's Pudgy Stockton. Much better fit for Superman, I think.
Why is Pudgy Stockton such a dope name?
Because she was a dope person, dude.
Pudgy Stockton. Freaking Jack.
Yeah.
I might like Pudgy Stockton more than Dick Slimmons.
Dick Slimmons, yeah.
Oh, speaking of which, that brings us into our new segment.
Oh, shit. It does, don't. So
I'm glad you brought that up, Dave. So we have a new part of our show that we're calling Just the Tip from Dick Slimmons. Go ahead, Dave.
To get the best results when you're squatting, do it in heels.
Well,
You get more depth.
I was going to say, that's it.
it does actually help.
Yeah, you get more depth.
There was
An
nothing.
elevated heel.
Yeah. I got a nice little pair of red bottoms.
You're,
I break out for special occasions.
I was just like,
We only PR in the red bottoms.
I was surprised that your tip was actually legit today.
Hey,
Not where I thought that was going.
if you only had had a clue, Holland.
With your ankle mobility too.
It's true.
Big facts.
I do often compliment Dave on his ankle mobility.
Yeah,
Well, I feel like Dave's
the one
known
thing I
for his
train.
ankle mobility.
You have no idea.
he has really
Far and
flexible
wide.
ankles.
Yeah.
You should. There's a reason that I cut the cameras where you don't see his feet.
I'll be down here throwing up gang signs with them things. So.
There was a short bit of time where we were at a big table and you could see the whole thing and you could just see Dave's feet doing some weird things under there.
They got minds of their own. Sometimes they don't get along. It's a whole thing.
Oh, I get it.
Real gang war down there. Real turf war.
Okay.
So, what are you playing on over there on your iPad?
Well, actually, I was getting us a quote for the end of the show,
That's
and
the
I was
last
finding our
iPad
next question.
That's the last iPad with Flappy Bird on it.
I tell you what, I can't
He's over there playing Candy Crush.
I tell y'all what, I can't rely on y'all to take over the show for just a second so I can fix something
Well, you
over here.
could if we didn't think it was so funny to leave you when you're busy. It's like, okay, let's busy. Let's stop talking.
Yeah, we got this cool thing where there's two cameras, so we can watch y'all talk for a minute while I fix something on my notes without being noticed.
In theory, we could.
I mean,
Wouldn't be as good.
Yeah.
Wouldn't be as good.
no, wouldn't be as fun for us.
Yeah. Think of the children.
So, you got any dogs?
Yeah.
Don't act like you guys haven't met, Caleb.
Heck yeah. The one time she's not in my lap.
Yeah, check her out.
Look how cute she is.
Adorable.
She's perfect.
So what,
She helps me get on my cardio in. Get our hot girl steps in every morning.
Hot girl steps.
Yeah.
I like it.
Gotta go on
Holland
hot
calls
girl
me
walks
every morning at 9 and said, "You get your hot girl steps in yet?"
Yeah.
I'm gonna start doing that.
start FaceTiming each other. You walking?
Me and Holland just power walking down the road. It's a raining man. Getting it.
Every morning, 5 a.m. We're out there getting our hot girl steps in.
That sounds terrible.
It's great. Look at this little face.
Yeah,
She needs her hot girl steps. Look at that.
yeah, Caleb, look at that.
The haters are sick.
Look at her.
Caleb, look.
This reminds me of my wife trying to get me to get another animal. Look at it.
Yeah, you should do that.
No matter whatever the animal, you need it.
I'm aware.
Yeah.
You need some raccoons.
No.
You need some raccoons.
You need some Highland cattle too.
No.
Ooh, I did it in Scotland. We went and saw the Highland cows.
I would do that. I would go see them.
No, you need
It was
one.
really
I will
cool.
not
We got
bring
to
them to my
feed
house.
them.
You can put you a miniature coup in the backyard.
I'm not doing that.
What?
Yeah.
I go to Planet
You should
Fitness
do
and
it.
see our Highland cows.
Just get a couple of the mini ones. It'll be fine.
Yeah. Okay.
And the content on this episode was really getting good. And then now we're just I'm pretty
Nothing's
sure.
better than Highland cows.
Yeah. I mean, that's kind of the peak of content.
They
right
love
there.
Tootsie Rolls. The ones at Planet Fitness. I don't know. They,
Why are you at a Planet Fitness so much?
because there's one really close to that house. Dad's got a black card.
That's
so-
almost worse than doing CrossFit.
I mean, it's free Tootsie Rolls.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I keep a membership there, $10 a month, and I eat at least $40 a month worth of Tootsie Rolls.
Chestnut checkers,
The
dude.
way I look at it,
I mean, that's just cost effective. That's
Yeah.
just good financial planning.
that's right. I'm saving money on Tootsie Rolls.
Who's
that
your
way.
Tootsie Roll guy? You're spending way too much on Tootsie Rolls.
You don't know how many Tootsie
I think
Rolls
you
I
should
eat a
feed the
month.
farms, give it
Dude, he
Tootsie
can
Rolls.
house a bucket of Tootsie Rolls. You know, like them feed bags they put on horses in a parade? He does that with our Tootsie Roll bucket. And he doesn't get off the stair climber until they're gone. And then he puts the bucket around his waist.
I don't really know where to go from here.
I don't know. You're the one with
In
all
the
the
bucket?
notes.
You do have a lot of notes. Fall back
Yeah.
on your training. Government boy.
My training says we should have ended this like 20 minutes ago
No.
before Dave got rolling.
Not this one.
All right, so
I mean, come on now. This has been fun.
yeah.
We've laughed. We've cried. We found out a little about each other. Me and Holland did.
So an ongoing debate we've had, and by the time this comes out, it'll be the episode before this. Who would you say the strongest person to walk the earth is?
Spider-Man's already taken.
Oh, good, because Spider-Man sucks.
Whoa. He stopped a train.
But have you ever pulled a train?
Little Tobey Maguire
That's-
stopping a train. You
that's
got
a
to
solid
think
point.
body weight
Oh.
too. Tobey Maguire probably what 100 pounds. He's a little feller.
He's just a little guy.
Yeah, and he stopped a train with nothing but some elastic webbing and a torn up mask.
I'm gonna say Jan Todd.
All right.
I agree.
I'm
with
gonna
that.
give it to Jan.
Yeah.
First woman to lift the Dinnie stones, and she's just the first woman to do a lot of things, and a lot of women's strength training, and wouldn't be around if it wasn't for her being a big part of it, and powerlifting and all that fun stuff.
I'd agree with that.
So I'm gonna give it to Jan, good old Dr. Jan Todd.
I'd agree with that. I especially love whenever I watched the documentary where she talked about picking the Dinnie stones for the first time.
Yeah.
Epic story.
Yeah.
But yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah, Jan's pretty cool. I got drunk and met her in Santa Monica one time.
Nice.
It was really good.
the laugh while saying it was really good.
It was a really good time. I had a great time. We went out there for some event. It was when they were doing like Arnold qualifiers still on the Santa Monica Pier, and I drove down there and went to it, and we were with just like a bunch of friends, and it was like $9 margarita day, and so we just got hammered on margaritas at Santa Monica Pier watching Strongman, and then I fangirled over Jan Todd.
I feel like we sit over here talking about our dreams, and like you're out here doing them, getting drunk, watching Strongman, going to Norway,
Hanging out. Yeah, hanging out.
going to Scotland and Iceland, and we're just over here
Eating
like
moose
man.
soup with Nick Best. I mean,
And we're over here sitting in a
Oh,
room
Nick's
talking to
the
each other.
best. I'm gonna go see him in a few weeks. I'm going to Vegas for the Giant Slab deadlift competition.
Oh, so awesome! Again,
And then Nick lives in Vegas, so
Yeah.
I gotta go see him when I'm out there.
I have one question for Nick, and it's every time I watch him deadlift, I'm always very curious about his deadlift form. Like his feet are just so
Okay,
close
we were
together.
just talking about that. So I brought Nick out. So I see Nick a few times a year, and I flew him out to do a seminar at Untamed, and then I host a strongman competition every year.
Mhm.
And so I flew him out to ref it this year, and we were training together, and we were talking about his deadlift stance and how it's just like these little feet are so close together now, and it's the wildest thing, but it works so well for him.
Oh yeah, like he moves some massive weight, but I don't understand it. It's wild.
I don't understand. I don't know if he changed it when him and Eddie Cohn trained together, because Eddie's in Norway with us too when we go, and so we'll all like train together when we're not competing. And I don't know if Eddie did something with it, but it works.
Interesting. You just brought up two names that were on my list of top 10 strongest people in the world.
I call Ed Cohn Dad. Just refer to him as Dad now.
Who are we? Like,
Nobody.
Yeah.
I just always refer to him as Dad.
Yeah, see, you're meeting cool people and talking to these cool people, and the strongest person I talk to on a day-to-day basis is Holland.
Hey.
Sorry.
The strongest personality I talk to on a day-to-day basis is David.
I'll take it.
Yeah, fair. I'm just saying, like, you guys got to come to Norway. That's where all the cool kids go. That's where we all have a good time.
I think we're gonna have to. We gotta make. I don't know. Doesn't matter.
You guys can hang out and have moose soup with Nick and Dad and I, and it'll be great.
Yeah.
Cool. I'm not doing the hike though. Definitely not twice.
You can do
But
it
you're
with-
gonna, listen. If Bill did the hike, then you have to do the hike.
You can't not do the hike if Bill doesn't.
I'm only doing it if Bill does it.
That's fine. Bill will do it.
Okay. All right, Bill. We're doing it.
You got to tell him in like this really nice sultry voice, though.
I'll tell him in only the way I can tell him. He knows what I'm talking about.
But first, you have to tell him that you have diarrhea. Like that's
Yeah.
prerequisite.
Yeah. Deal. All right. Well, we're coming to the end of the show. Ladies and gentlemen, thanks for coming. Jeana, thanks for hanging out with us for a little while. Hopefully, Dave didn't scare you off.
Yeah, this was awesome.
And
What did
Dave's
Dave
good.
do?
I didn't do nothing but some solid podcasting.
He wasn't scary today.
I don't know, man. Those ankles was just a lot of gratuitous ankles.
The ankles aren't part of this corporation. They're
We're trying to boost YouTube viewers, so that's why we added so much ankle.
yeah.
I get it. I get
True. Yeah, if you ever find yourself in East Tennessee, we'll have to get you where Batman is.
Yeah, holler at us.
it. Yeah,
For sure.
Well, you guys got to come out here.
Holler at Caleb,
Yeah.
not me. I'm sensitive. He can take it.
Don't yell at Dave.
Yeah, don't even holler around Dave.
I'm skittish.
Kind of like a turtle. Kind of like a turtle. He just kind of.
It kicks in my flight or flight.
Yep.
Just start running down the street.
He does that.
They'll be like, what happened? Somebody yelled around him.
It happens. He'll be back. Just give it time.
He'll
He's
get
like,
tired
he's
and come back.
Yeah, you just hold your hand like this. Let him come to you.
Let him smell it first.
Ah, hell,
Yeah.
Dave's gone. Anybody got any Skittles? Start shaking the bag.
All right. Well, real quick, where can people find you?
I'm on Instagram. My Instagram is ginger_lifter916. I have a Facebook, but I don't really use it that often. But yeah, Instagram is going to be the main thing to find me on. And yeah,
Perfect.
it'll be fun. I'm have new adventures coming up. I'm going to go compete in San Diego in a few weeks, and then I'm going to rest, and then I'm going to Germany in June to do Bavarian stone lifting.
Oh,
You suck.
God. We're out here doing Bavarian deadlifting in the front yard. You're going to Germany for it.
I'm gonna go to Germany and so it's at this like big beer festival in Nuremberg.
I want to do the stool thing with the later hose and all. That's what I want to do. That's my
You're
event.
doing so good.
I would honestly pay money to see that, Dave.
Yeah. Or can I
I'm in.
Venmo you, Dave?
Dude, imagine me in the little overalls, son. Dude, hide your wives, bro. Come on, son. Popping out these thighs.
I think now's a great time to close things down. Thanks for coming out again.
Thank you, guys.
Thanks, everybody, for watching. To end it on a quote is persistence and resilience only come from having been given the chance to work through difficult problems. Gever Tolley.